little guidance, insight, or enlightenment on however it resonates with you beautiful people out there. Today I had in mind that at first I was going to go outside and be in nature and take some pictures outside, but it started raining, and then it's a possible thunderstorm here shortly, so I don't know. So I decided to just take the pictures inside. It wasn't my vision, but I still went ahead and took pictures or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much how my day went. I prepped for today, made some jewelry and whatnot. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Obviously, I can't show you the cards today. Let's see, what messages do we have for our beautiful souls? Okay, so the first card that came or popped out was body changes. So let's talk about body changes, because I know a lot of people have been on a fitness journey, but or getting cosmetic work done, or just, trying to keep their weight in order or weight under control by being physical. But Spirit is saying, do not overexhaust yourself by, trying to make these changes. Allow yourself to go with and flow with the changes as you be proactive with allowing yourself to make a lot of movements as far as physical workout and or, whether it's, eating habits that is changing your body, or what have you. So just keep in mind and be mindful. Do not exhaust yourself because you're trying to exceed, or, be so progressive with, your changes within your body. And if you need water, drink water. Don't exhaust yourself being physically active without hydrating yourself, okay? Cards just want to fly out. Support. Support. Either you have been feeling like you're not supported, or feeling like you're needing some support within something. And this is pertaining to mental, spiritual, emotional. Well, there is an angel that walks alongside of you that gives you that spiritual and emotional support, uplifting, like move you out of bed, move you to go outside, move you to be active, to eat, to drink, because I'm hearing depression, sadness, sorrow. And a lot of people are definitely experiencing a lot of sadness and depression because of the vibrational shifts and changes that are happening that they're not quite understanding how to move through. But know that you are supported spiritually. You just have to believe and have faith in that you are. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is something definitely a lot of us as being humans that live on this planet Earth here, that have dealt with trauma, that have dealt with abuse, that have dealt with abandonment issues, that have dealt with neglect, and that deals with and hold on to that, even when it comes to disrespect, or rejection. But rejection, that's something that's totally a blessing, because sometimes that's just protection from people. But even if you struggle with forgiving people that have rejected you, that is just something that Spirit is wanting you to release yourself from. Release yourself from anything that has carried a burden within you, that has kept you stagnant and stuck from moving on to evolve. Okay? And more importantly, forgiving yourself for anything you have done or felt like you have done to disrupt and or destroy your life. If maybe felt like you had too many setbacks or allowed too many bad things to happen, just forgive yourself most of all. And even if no one comes to you and apologize for anything that they've done, more importantly, forgive yourself and forgive them for you, so you can move on and release yourself from such hurt, okay, and brokenness. Okay. 2 more here. Sobriety. Grief work. And honestly, every time I use this deck, and I'm uploading a video, anytime I use this deck, sobriety and grief work tends to come out a lot. And when I think about it, I've been thinking about it from a broader perspective, inner and outer, and what's going on spiritually because of the spiritual warfare. And there's been a lot of death around me. There's been a lot of death around people that I know. But there's also been a lot of people that have been dying to their old selves to transition into their new. And that I call healing. So, when I think of grief work, yes, healing from what hurt you, what caused pain, what left you in such sorrows and abandonment and or neglect. Inner child trauma most definitely carries over within the adult life of a lot of beings here. So some of you out there has been called to do grief work. Really get down to the nitty-gritty of working on self. And not blaming yourself for anything that has happened, for trauma, for anything that you see and view as bad and or evil. And then when we think about sobriety, we think about someone who has bounced back from the consumption of alcohol and or substance, and or sexual addiction, I'm hearing. Alcohol, controlled substance, narcotics, sexual addiction. A lot of the sexual addiction comes from inner child trauma, being led to experience sexual activity early on in your childhood. And maybe in a very bad way, or just in a way of experimenting in an inappropriate way. Okay? It's what I'm hearing, it's what I'm picking up. It all plays hand in hand with forgiveness. And when we talk about sobriety, working on letting go to be free, to get to that point of liberation of things that no longer change you down or placed you in darkness. Now, I don't want to confuse you by saying place you in darkness, because we all deal with darkness, because where there's dark, there's light, and where there's negative, there's positive. But when we get to the other side of that, we think about what are we releasing, what are we freeing ourselves from, so that we can become whole again, well again, mentally, emotionally, and physically. To keep from being sick here and here. So a lot of people that I may be speaking to out here in the universe are dealing with sobriety as well. You know, and as I finish that as a end, I just want to channel an outcome of this general read. Is this something that you need to speak upon, or that you feel that you need to release or heal from? And you will feel ashamed for taking that road to heal yourself? Are you feeling like you may leave people behind because you have to get yourself together? Don't feel shameful. Because a lot of times people can continue to say that they're going to change when you are trying to change, but it's like that repetitive cycle that's not helping you in the environment that you're in to change, to evolve. So sometimes you have to release yourself from people too. Not just substance, but from people too. And never feel guilty for releasing yourself from those people. No matter if it's a loved one, a lover, a friend, and whichever category you may place these people in. if it's for the better evolution of self and for the better evolution of people that you love, you must allow yourself to depart. And that's okay. So, I love you all. And I receive the love that's given back. And I thank you all for whomever is here for me, because I'm here for you. For the evolution of our souls. Peace and love. Ashe.